Member for Bonner. Member for Bonner has the call.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Treasurer. Will the Treasurer inform the House of the importance of reducing the burden of tax on hard-working Australians and the need to remove inefficient and distortionary taxes? How is the government backing Australians who are working, saving and investing to grow our economy and create more jobs?
The Treasurer has the call.
Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Bonner for his question. He knows that Australians understand that we are facing difficult global circumstances, Mr Speaker, and that we are transitioning our economy. We are transitioning our economy. And they know that, as a government, it's important that we build a strong national platform for growth and jobs, Mr Speaker, that backs Australians who are out there working, who are out there saving, Mr Speaker, and who are out there investing.
Treasurer would just resume his seat for a second. The member for Herbert's been warned. The member for Herbert will not interject again in question time, nor will the member for Braddon. The Treasurer has the call.
But it is true, Mr Speaker, that next year the average full-time wage earner in Australia will move into the second top tax bracket. That means they will be paying 41 cents in the dollar in tax. If you're on the average wage in this country next year, you will be paying 41 cents in the dollar in tax, Mr Speaker. Now, that is not a system that is encouraging and backing Australians who are working and who are saving and investing. And we know that high-income taxes penalise Australians, and they penalise them for the thing we should be encouraging that most, Mr Speaker, and that is for their effort. Now, on this side of the House, when we're in government this time and when we've been in government before, we have got the record of cutting taxes, Mr Speaker, to cut the burden of taxation on Australians, Mr Speaker. In 2000, when there was a new tax system, we delivered personal income tax cuts in the order of $12 billion a year, at that time the greatest in our nation's history. In 03-04, further tax cuts of $10.7 billion. 2004-05, tax cuts of $14.7 billion. 05-06, $21.7 billion over 4 years. And in the 06-07 budget, they built on this with further reductions in personal income taxes of $36.7 billion over 4 years. And the coalition government also cut the company tax rate from 36% down to 30%. When we came to government, Mr Speaker, we did something that those opposite have trouble doing. When we came to government, we said we would get rid of the carbon tax. We said we would get rid of the mining tax. Now, when those opposite railed against the GST in opposition for all of those years, did they change it? Did they roll it back? No, they rolled over on rolling it back, Mr Speaker. And what we know from those opposite is they crow all about these things in opposition, but if they ever get the chance to do anything about anything they've banged on it about in opposition, they don't follow through, Mr Speaker. They don't follow through. But when we say we'll get rid of taxes, Mr Speaker, that's what we do. We got rid of the carbon tax, we got rid of the mining tax, and on top of that, Mr Speaker, we've also got rid of the bank deposits tax, Mr Speaker, the bank deposits tax that was introduced by the now Shadow Treasurer when he was Treasurer, Mr Speaker. So this government gets rid of taxes. We reduce taxes because we know a better tax system, Mr Speaker, a better tax system is going to encourage Australians, it's going to back Australians, and we have the form of cutting taxes and reducing taxes. And when we talk about a better tax system, Mr Speaker, that's what we're about achieving. Those opposite when it comes to tax reform, they're on a smoko.